Job 38:7 reads, "When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy." From this verse, we know exactly who the sons of God are, and that is the stars, the morning stars to be specific. In this verse, the morning stars are not separate from the sons of God, but are rather two different ways of describing the same thing. What you have to understand is that the Bible uses parallel poetry to explain and further define itself, particularly in poetry books of the Bible, which is Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. The word "and" in this case is not separating two things as being different, but rather connecting two things as being identical. Notice how the stars sang together and that the sons of God shouted for joy. This is actually interchanging morning stars with sons of God and singing with shouting for joy. The biblical method of singing is really to use a loud voice anyway. So we just have the verse explaining itself twice. And also we can see from a verse in Psalms that making a joyful noise equals making a loud noise equals rejoicing equals singing praise. And that's in Psalm 98:4, which reads, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise, and rejoice, and sing praise." So some other examples of parallel poetry in the Bible are in Job 26, verse 6, where it says, "Hell is naked before him, and destruction hath no covering." So obviously here, hell is destruction, and being naked equals having no covering. Psalm 116, verse 3 reads, "The sorrows of death compassed me, and the pains of hell get hold upon me. I found trouble and sorrow." So here, sorrows equals pains, and death equals hell. We also have trouble basically equivalent to sorrow in the last part of the verse as well. And then Isaiah 14, verse 15 reads, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." So hell is the pit. So what else do we know about stars from the Bible? Well, from Revelation 12, verse 4 it reads, "And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven," referring to Satan, "and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born." In verse 9 it reads, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." So here we have stars being defined as the angels. So I take the Bible literally. That means that stars actually are angels, according to the Bible. So we actually have conclusive proof from the Bible that stars are angels, hence are sons of God. Those are all interchangeable terms. So we also know, of course, that the Bible defines the stars as the host of heaven. So, there are many verses that interchange stars and host of heaven. So, Deuteronomy 4:19, for instance, reads, "Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven." So again, all these things are the host of heaven. "Shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven." And Deuteronomy 17, verse 3 reads, "And have gone and served other gods and worship them, either the sun or moon or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded." So Job 38:7, it absolutely means that stars, morning stars, are sons of God, hence angels. So really we could just stop doing any more moments, but I'm going to keep continuing simply because there's a lot more Bible evidence than even this.